Well, this is actually quite a big moment because have you ever heard about the Walking Dead dragons and how busted their bunker ability is? Well, Barriguard over here is basically just the Walking Dead dragons, except not permanently, now limited time. So Barriguard, his skill is Guard, which deals damage and reduces damage dealt to the user and allies for several turns. And basically, this works exactly the same as Bunker. And Barriguard as a dragon is Cat 9, I believe. He is pretty much exactly the same as the existing The Walking Dead dragons, except his only skill is his Guard skill. So unlike The Walking Dead dragons, they have 2 skills. Barriguard, however, only has Guard. But Guard alone is, or Bunker, in the case of The Walking Dead dragons, is what makes them so good. And I mean, if we open the description of the skill, Guard, again, deals damage and reduces turn dealt to the user and allies for several turns, and the description for Bunker is deals damage and reduces damage dealt to the user and allies for several turns. They both negate crits, they both do the exact same thing. So if you were really looking to pick up The Walking Dead dragon, like, oh, I don't know, Michonne or Negan or Daryl, you might not need to pick one up anymore if the primary reason you were picking them up was for that Bunker skill, because now we have a family of dragons coming out, probably, that no longer are limited time like the Walking Deads are, which means you don't need to do those stupid cross-trading ratios with like heroic VIPs to get them, because now you can just get them from the pass. Of course, this dragon right now is available only in the paid section of the current Divine Pass. I could unlock him right now if I was paid to win, but of course, that makes this pass an interesting one, because this may not be a heroic VIP pass, but this dragon could be very useful still. So would I recommend you purchase this if you are a pay to win? Well, I never really recommend anyone to buy any of the anythings in this game, but you know, this is probably a decent dragon. His elements are an interesting combo. I don't know if they're exactly what I'd be looking for, but maybe they would be useful for you on a team. And of course, remember that the Guard ability is the light ability. So maybe if you had a ton of the Walking Deads and all the upcoming Guard dragons, that would be cool, right? And I say family maybe because I'm not sure if this is the only dragon that we're getting with this, or potentially more of them coming out with different elements maybe. But imagine the heroic VIP with this skill. Ugh, disgusting, absolutely disgusting. But anyway, since this dragon is available in the pass, at least you can pick up some of the other rewards by doing your daily goals, getting all of these quests done. So I highly recommend trying to focus on these, a lot of them being like win arena battles using dragons with X element, or doing just basic gameplay things, breeding. But a lot of it tends to be arena related. But it's a very good dragon, it really is. And if you want to know what the skills kind of looks like, or his attack animation, oh, look at the little baby as well. But you can actually see the attack animation on Ditlet now. It's kind of, well, it's what I would expect for an ability like that, I suppose, a guarding ability. And a cool dragon though, I have to say. I do quite like the design. I would love to see like a bright blue version of him, or a different one similar. But I do like the, you know, the yellow and the blue on the face and the eyes. I think it's a nice little color palette on him. But anyway, that is the new dragon. As long as you are aware that they are probably going to see a lot of use in the arena. It's like in the current arena, because now we have the Sea Masters arena. I have seen a few people using Michonne, myself included, because, you know, using Michonne would be very useful because it completely negates the enemies. So just to give you an example of what that Barriguard dragon skill would look like, essentially you use the skill, it puts up a barricade, and then the enemies do less damage to you, and at the same time the enemies cannot crit you. So if you go against an enemy dragon that is super effective against you, but you have the shield up, they will not do super effective hits against you, they will just do basic hits. And that is the primary reason why the Walking Dead dragons are so overly hyped. You know, they were released as limited time dragons. They're never going to be released in events again. That's if Social Point sticks to their word. And I mean, they can't really, because, you know, they were from a different IP entirely. So instead of us constantly having to do stupid amounts of trades and like cross-trading and annoying stuff for those. Instead, now we have a different version of the Walking Dead's in-game. So there is that. But, you know, with this new arena, we do have new light totems, and that does mean that we have a new dragon that we can get from the collection. So this is the new arena collection. Again, you can get Jokers or legendary trade essence from the first one. You can get orbs for the dragon, which is the Vision Dragon. Or if you get 25 of them, you get the Vision Dragon, just outright, and you get a free Reaper perk. So ideally, you would be grinding at least to 25 of these light totems that you get guaranteed from the arena so that you can get your hands on a free dragon and a free Reaper, because who doesn't like free dragons and free Reapers? I know that I do. But that is the new collection that we have going on right now. Oh, of course, we had our Alliance chest as well, which, you know, having an Arena Alliance chest at the same time as Rush being on was very nice. I got a Reaper perk from Rush, which was lovely. So there we go. We're going to pick up all of our extra gems as well. And then I guess we just have mainly the maze and the heroic race to worry about. But heroic race, we are very much chilling. You'll see we've got another battle here that we can do, but we got 2 more battles and then we're on the final node of lap 14. Yeah, I'm being really slow this race just because we need to get to 15. As long as I come top 3, then we can get the legendary as well. But I'm not going to worry about it too much. Either way, that is the heroic race stuff. And then with the maze event, I'd still recommend saving up your currency for now and spending it so that you can get the jar from this pathway. Because, like, if we look at this pathway and we get the sparkle jar at the end, you know, just save up your currency to get the sparkle jar if you're going for 6 out of 6 sparkle jars, and that will unlock in 15 hours time. So then you've still got another 2 days where you can do whatever the heck you want with your currency, but I'd say just wait until that. But you can just keep stacking up the currency for now as you normally would. So that is most of the new stuff. Of course, if there is ever any other new stuff, it normally comes into the news feed. But aside from that, I guess just be watching your ads, be doing your usual quests. We do have the Spore quests as well. And the thing is, if I had a summon happy hour, I could actually summon Spore Plasma. But it's not like we get tons of value out of it. I mean, maybe we could get a few of these insignias, but it wouldn't be anything significant. A few orbs of the plasma, maybe, but not really a whole lot of value. I mean, at the moment, you'll see that I am actually empowering the most impressive dragon in the game, Boulder. And that is because I've got like 900 orbs of him, so we might as well. Summoning, we're just summoning random stuff as we normally would, but you know, if we could get our hands on Spore Plasma, maybe I'll bother to use the Jokers on it. I haven't decided as of yet. But I have to say, though, with this Sea Arena, it has been a bit of a pain, some of the enemies. I mean, my dragons are okay. It's just mainly the fact that I haven't fed up my Nacrea or my Michonne fully yet, and I've still never bothered to take Morpheus to his final star. You know, Morpheus has been 4 stars for, like, a year. Well, probably like a year and a few months, actually. A year and maybe like 4 months. I've just literally never done that final star on him. That would be super useful during this arena. But another dragon that is really useful during this arena to counter the Morpheus dragons is any beauty dragons. So that would be dragons like, you know, High Siren, for instance. High Siren can get a lot of use against these Morpheus dragons as well. But it's mainly just because we don't have anything like Prideful. We don't really have any vampires with tons of sustain. I mean, Michonne's going to do good work for us, but this, purely because the Earth is banned, is going to be one of my weaker arenas. Because if Earth wasn't banned, which of course it is, but if it wasn't, then we could have used our boy, you know, Corrupted Legend, but we're not allowed to use him because of the Earth ban, so we have to make do with what we have. But the others should mostly do fine. There'll be a couple of difficult fights, but we should be okay for the most part with Michonne. And once Michonne gets another 2 empowerment stars, which, well, I can pretty much do that very soon because we have like, how many? 1600, yeah, we can take Michonne to E5 if we really want, and then we'll be safe for the next time we have this stinky arena. But anyway, for now, that is the general grinding that's been going on. I guess I will do my final Wizard's Hollow run with these dual perception chests while we're here. Yesterday, again, the luck was okay, but then we just suddenly ran into a wizard and you know, rather than run away with some of the goodies, it's just not really worth it at that point. You know, I haven't had an insane Wizard's Hollow run for a while, so I'm hoping that the game is saving up our luck until we get a more favorable Hollow. I know that that's not how that works, but, you know, we can be hopeful and pray that, you know, in one of the really good Hollows, that's when we get paid back. This one, I'm not even going to bother. I'm not even going to spend the 5. Goodbye. I've spent enough. But yeah, I'm going to keep spending, saving, the opposite of spending. I'm going to be saving up my gems, and when a good Hollow comes out that I really want to take part in, maybe we will try it then. But until then, I think it's good that we save up. Luckily, Arena lets us, and this heroic race isn't going to require too many more resources, if any. So we're just going to chill with this one as well. But anywho, skis, that is everything for now. This new dragon, I don't know. I would say he's probably going to be quite good overall, just to fit in a team somewhere. Kind of like High Harpy Plasma. Harpy Plasma's not the best heroic VIP, but just purely for the passive skill alone, that can be really useful. But Barriguard, obviously, he could have actual combat use to an extent, but the fact he's Cat 9 is sort of the big problem. But just be aware that we could possibly be having a heroic VIP that, rather than having a skill like Harpy Plasma, instead we may have basically a bunker heroic VIP. So I'm terrified, and I hope you are too.